Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today is Friday Freebie Day. This is number 155. So today I thought I'd do a little bit of a different style on these sort of like embellishment bits. Now I have a standard tag, which is it's a nice big one, and I've got like a fabricy texture on there. It's almost like a burlap texture, which is really lovely. And I've got some sort of like lacy bits in here. This is sort of like a bit of netting, and then we've got some sort of like material which is almost like a silky and a cotton one on there. So I just thought they would be really lovely. And our focal point, which I've got, is a hydrangea. So it's this beautiful pink hydrangea in a glass vase on there, and then we've got a lovely word which is harmony. So I thought this was quite a nice sort of like, it feels quite light to me, so it's a nice summery one which I am loving. So let's show you what I have done. I have already made one. So this is the tag I have made, which I'm loving. So all as I've done, I've got a piece of coffee stain paper which I popped on the back of it, and then I put the actual tag on there, and I've just laid the bits up on there with some lace. I've got a lovely little bow on there with a brad. I've just glue gunned that onto the top there, which I'm loving. Now I had a few more squares left over, so I've just popped them on the back, and I've made two little pockets, which I am loving. But I've got a different idea for this one. I've got an idea because I want to put this one into our Friday Freebie journal, or the one I'm going to make in a minute. Now I have sewn around this one, but I'm not going to sew around this one, the other one that I'm going to make, because I know some of you don't have a sewing machine. So I'm just going to show you what it's like without. So I have cut them all out already, and I've sort of like distressed the edges. Now I've got my little distressy tool which I just rub around the edges, so I've already done that on all of them. Now if you don't have one of these, you can just use a pair of scissors. You don't have to use great big ones like this, and then just rub along the edge like that, and it just sort of like distresses it up, and it gives it quite a nice little look. Now I'm not going to use any ink today. I'm going to keep it quite nice, sort of like light and fresh, which is nice. Now I've got a few bows that I've made on here to pop on the top, and I've just popped little brads in there. The brads that I've got with little they're like coloured pearls on there, and this one's got like a little bit of blingy in there, which I think look really nice. So I've just popped it through the middle and bent them back, so, and then they can be stuck on anything, but I just think they look really nice. So I'm going to be using those. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pop that on there. I'm going to stick that down and then cut it off, or I will actually, I'm going to tear this off, but I'm going to leave like a little ridge, or just like a little bit around the outside, so it sort of like layers it up a little bit. So I'm going to pop that down, and then I'm just going to pop my ruler down and then tear a little bit off, just like that. Okay, so instead of sort of cutting it, I'm going to just rip it, just so that we've got a little bit of it, so it's a bit sort of distressed, if you know what I mean. I am going to cut the little top bits off these bits here. I'm going to just chop that just like that, and then let's just, I'll show you how this works. So this just scrunches up the edges like that, it's just like a little distress tool. But like I said, use a pair of scissors and you can go round just like that, just as easy. Sometimes I find it easier to do that than to use the little tool. It's a little bit fiddly. Oops. So just go around and distress it. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to ink around this. I'm going to leave it quite pale. And then I'm just going to bend these little bits over, just like that, just to give it a little bit more sort of dimension and stuff. Now again, obviously you can ink it as well if you wanted to. I'm just going to just scrunch these up a little bit. Right, and then I'm just going to pop that on the top. Now I'm just going to use glue stick. I'm just going to glue this down just like that all the way round, because it's paper to paper and glue stick is fab. So let's just stick this on. Oops, it was a bit too high. There we go, just so it's nice and level around the outside. See, that's a nice tag just as it is, isn't it? So if you were going to sew it now and just sew around the inner tag like that. Okay, so we've got all these little bits and pieces here. So all as I've done, so I'm going to have two, and I want sort of like the pinky ones to go in my journal, because I'm going to pop them into my Friday Freebie journal today. So these are lovely. So all I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use my glue wherever I've done with that. Where's my glue gone? There it is. It's because I filled it up and put it away. So let's just use this one. Oops, pop it on. So I'm going to just stick these on quite randomly. So almost like a nice little patchwork, isn't it? Let's put this one on. So you have, I think you've got 2, 4, 6, 7 of these. So again, you can use them for anything. But isn't it nice to have like little bits of sort of like fabric? So it's quite a different style today, which is nice. Put there. So I'm going to put 5 on the front, like this. I am sure you lovelies will come up with something as well, a different way of using these, because you all come up with some lovely stuff. So I'm going to put this one on. Look at that, doesn't that look nice? I just love that. Let's stick that right down there in the corner. Perfect. Now where shall we put this one? Now I want to make like a little pocket with these two to pop in there. So I don't want the word really down there. I want to pop the word up here. So I've got some little bits of, I've actually got some of this paper as well, which I might just pop underneath here. Let's just to give it another little bit of texture under there. And it doesn't matter that it comes off the side, I don't think. Let's just pop a little bit. This is some beautiful papers from Tapology that I had in my unboxing the other day, which is beautiful. So shall we put you there? I'm going to pop that just to the side, I think, just so that we've got that bottom bit a little bit freer to pop in a little pocket sort of thing I want to make. Oops. So this is quite a nice quick one today, and it's the fussy cutting bit, it's straight, so you can do it with your guillotine, really simple with scissors. It's not a hard one. Nice straight lines, which is good, isn't it? So shall I stick a little bit of this on there as well? I do have my glue gun hot. Let's just take that little bit off. Stretch it out a little bit. Just pop a little bit on here. Pop that down. It's a nice thing with the glue gun. You can just sort of like really scrunch up your fabric and it stays put, which is nice. So let's just put, should we just put that on there? And that over the top? I think so. Let's put that. There we go. scrunch that up and put that there, I think. Perfect. And then stick that, well, it doesn't have to be in the middle. I'm going to just pop it over to the side a little bit. Look at that. Love it. How simple is that? Now, shall we have one of our little bows on there? What about this one? I think this will have to, oh, I could actually pop those to the side, couldn't I then? I like that one. That's nice and shabby. It's got, I love that colour. It's sort of like a champagne-y colour in there. I do have them listed on my Amazon storefront, I believe, but I will double check. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just stick that there, just to give it a little sort of frame it. It's almost like frames it around the word, doesn't it? And this side, where should we put that one? Like that. There we go. I'm going to just chop that just so it's not so straight. That's better. Look at that. That is just gorgeous, isn't it? So you can see the difference. This one's been sewn around it and this one hasn't. So I do like sewing around the outside. I think it just finishes things off properly. But again, I still like this one as well. So that's the back. So I'm not going to pop the pockets on. I'm going to pop these to the side. Let us get our Friday freebie book out, which I've got here, which I feel like I haven't added into for a while. So what should we do? Should we go on to this page here? Right. I think we'll use this one. Let's move these little bits and pieces out the way. So what I thought I would do, look at that, fits on the page absolutely perfect. Oh, I've got a piece of fabric stuck to me now. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Now I've got these two here and I want to make a pocket like that, but I would like to put a piece of fabric across this bit. So I'm going to glue these bits down. Now I might even put, could pop a little bow on there, couldn't we? Another little bow on the pocket. That would look nice, actually. Now I'm going to cut these two pieces off because I don't want it too long, and then I can use those two pieces. There we go, look at that lovely little bow. Perfect. So what we need is to put that on there like that, and these will stick down. I'm going to stick one down first, like this. Pop it just there. Like that. So that just slides it in, and then we need to put this one there. So let's just glue two sides. That can go just like that. Oops. Did I stick? Oh, look at me, I stuck it upside down. What a silly Billy. Good job it's glue gun, because it just wipes it off. So let's just pop that down there. Gosh, good job I only stuck my little tag inside. There we go. Okay, that hasn't stuck in there. So that's what I want. I wanted that to sit in there like that, which is fab, isn't it? And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stick these little bits of fabric over to cover that gap, and then we can pop the little bow on the top. Unless I've got a little bit of this on there, which might look nice as well. That's what I'll do. I'll just use one piece of this. Let's put a little bit of glue there. Scrunch that up. Now I'm going to take this out and I'm going to pop another piece of paper in just so I don't get glue stuck on my page. So let's just pop this lovely little silky one. So this is a nice way to use up some of your scraps, isn't it? Make sure that's not stuck. Then I'm going to pop my little bow. Let's make sure it's all nice and tidy. There we go. A little bit of glue on the back like that. Little blob. And we will stick you down. Fabulous. Make sure that's stuck. There we go. It hasn't stuck to the page, I don't think. No, it hasn't. So that's good. And then what we do, we take our little tag and we just pop it into the pocket. Look at that. Love it. So that is a lovely little pocket, isn't it? So it's amazing what you can do with just 2 extra little squares of paper, isn't it? So that just slides in there. So there we go, guys. That is your Friday freebie for this week, and I am just loving it. So I have another one there. So different bows. It's a nice light colour, isn't it? So I think it's a nice sort of like pretty shabby one today. So nice quick one for you. So I hope you like it because I am loving it. So please pop over to the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, there is a link down below to join, and that's where you will find your Friday freebies. If we have the last 10-12 weeks of the Friday freebies in there, and then we take them out, and then the older ones that you can get either in the Ko-fi shop or the Etsy shop. So please do pop along and take a look. I just pop them in there. They are really, really inexpensive, and they are in sets of 4, and that way as well, it means that they're always to hand for you. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous rest of the day, a lovely weekend, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, take care. Bye bye.